Hello everyone. Today's topic of discussion is on endodontic and periodontal relationship. So as we all know, the pulp tissue, when it is getting pathology, we do endodontic procedure, and if the periodontium is being affected, we do a periodontal treatment. So how these two are interrelated? Usually when a pathology of endodontic origin is there are more possibility. When the endodontic lesion is not being treated, it gradually leads to a periodontal lesion. So there is a more probability of endodontic lesion turning into a periodontal lesion when it is not treated properly. But in the reverse manner, when the periodontal lesion is not treated properly, rarely it leads to endodontic lesion. That is, it has a lesser probability of a periodontal lesion turning into a endodontic lesion. Unless and until the periodontal destruction reaches the apex, mostly the endodontic lesion will not be caused by periodontal lesion. Then coming to the treatment aspect, okay, so when you do a periodontal treatment, there are more probability of causing a reversible pulpitis, because when you do a root planing, the dentinal tubules are exposed and the bacterial invasion will be occurring from the dentinal tubules to the pulp. Hence it will lead to a sensitivity and reversible pulpitis. Then coming to the communication between the endo-perio relationship, mostly the communication happens via these areas, that is by dentinal tubules, via lateral and accessory canals, furcation canals, and also through the apical foramen. So these are the communication between endo and periodontal segments. Then coming to the types of endo-perio lesions, first we have to categorize into four things, that is primary endo, primary perio, primary perio, secondary endo, and two combined. So do not get confused with this. I'll just tell you a simple trick to remember this. Whatever may be, if you have a primary lesion, always the treatment should be targeted against the primary lesion. If you have an endodontic primary problem, we call it as primary endo lesion. So in that case, what happens? Primary endo, so it will be a non-vital tooth. Okay, do not expect the endo lesion to be very particular to the apex. Rather, it may be not only in the apex but also laterally along the root surface and also near the furcation, or it would be represented by a deep narrow pocket. So the treatment will always be approached to the primary lesion. So endodontic treatment is more than enough. No perio treatment is needed in the primary endo lesion. Then coming to the primary perio lesion, so what happens is that usually the gingivitis will, if it is not treated properly and you have a systemic condition and things, from the gingival sulcus it will lead to an inflammation. Gradually it will progress into a alveolar bone and periodontal ligament, leading to a periodontal disease. So this would be clinically seen as a deep periodontal pocket, or it may be an acute exacerbation. In that case you will be having a abscess also. So in this case of a primary perio, always the treatment should be a periodontal treatment, no need of any other treatment. Okay, so the perio treatment is only needed. Then the third type is the primary perio, secondary endo. So do not worry about this primary, secondary endo. Whenever you have a primary perio or primary endo, you always do a endodontic treatment first, followed by the periodontal treatment, whatever may be the scenario. If both are affected, always do an endodontic treatment followed by the periodontal treatment. That is the concept. Okay, so primary perio. So when there is an extensive periodontal destruction, in that case you will be seeing a deep periodontal pocket. In that case you will be seeing a deep periodontal pocket and extensive periodontal destruction. Patient may give a history of previous periodontal treatment also. So in that case, as I said, whatever may be primary and secondary, always do a endodontic treatment first, followed by the periodontal treatment. Then true combined lesions. So in that case, you will have a perio lesion as well as endo lesion. These two coalesce together to form a true combined lesion. In that case also, you need two treatments, both endo and perio. Always start with the endo treatment followed by the periodontal treatment. So how about this prognosis of the true combined lesion? It is all based on how much of periodontal destruction has occurred. The prognosis is purely based on the periodontal destruction. So when the periodontal destruction is more, the prognosis is less. If the periodontal destruction is less, then the prognosis is more. So that's what they said, if the prognosis is based on the periodontal destruction. So this is the overall view of endoperio lesion. It doesn't give you a very broad idea, but still you can understand the simple concept between endoperio lesions. So if you want any update on this video, kindly mention in the comment section, and if you like the channel, kindly subscribe to Dental Shots. Thank you. Have a great day. God bless.